Welcome to the latest insights on global events on our YouTube platform. The highlights of this broadcast include substantial developments in the ongoing regional conflict. U.S. troops have entered Israeli territory. Their mission: to assist in locating clandestine tunnels constructed by Hamas in the Gaza Strip. The discovery and use of these hidden pathways have been critical components of Hamas's military strategies. However, the successful operation carried out by Israeli elite commandos, supported by U.S. soldiers and their cutting-edge radar technology, resulted in apprehending the intelligence chief. This development dealt a major blow to Hamas. The U.S. administration, expressing its unwavering support for the Israeli military, announced plans to send more troops to Israel. The innovative radar technology currently being used in Israel, which leverages laser pulses to measure distances, is unique to the region. The strategic presence of U.S. forces in Israel has successfully disrupted Hamas's tactical advantage gained through the use of these tunnels. The collective effort of American soldiers and the Israeli army has led to the identification of a staggering number of tunnel entrances, estimated to exceed 5,000, which presents a severe threat to Israel's security. In response, the Israeli Defense Forces launched a campaign to tackle this issue, leading to the arrest of a high-ranking intelligence official and the neutralization of key Hamas commanders, including Antony. This joint venture has sparked debates about the potential for total destabilization of Hamas. It has also led to a weakening of Hezbollah and Hamas's hold. Bassam Issa, an influential figure within Hamas's regional intelligence network, was also neutralized. The Israeli army, while initially contemplating a ground operation, is now considering alternative strategies. The involvement of the U.S. military in Israel signifies a distinct shift in its approach compared to other conflict zones, which is drawing international attention to the unfolding situation in the region. Israel has utilized a variety of methods, such as targeted killings and airstrikes, to destabilize Hamas's infrastructure and leadership. The elimination of the Hamas intelligence chief has dealt a significant blow to the group's intelligence gathering along the border of the Gaza Strip. The accelerated loss of both foot soldiers and leaders may have far-reaching effects on Hamas, possibly altering the course of the ongoing conflict. Indications of a potential escalation in Israel's operations are evident, with the accumulation of tanks and armored vehicles along the Gaza Strip's border. The Israeli military's airstrikes have targeted Hamas militants and their operational bases, leading to severe losses across the board. A series of major strikes have also been carried out against a multitude of Hamas targets and Naba militants who have breached the Gaza border. Israel has issued warnings to civilians in Gaza, urging them to vacate due to an impending increase in danger. The Israeli armed forces have set their sights on ongoing operations in Gaza City, with a focus on minimizing civilian casualties. The atmosphere remains charged, and the resolution of the conflict is still uncertain. Palestinians in and around Gaza City have been ordered to evacuate by Israel amidst consecutive days of airstrikes. This directive, affecting over 1 million inhabitants of a heavily crowded conflict zone relocating to a region with scarce resources, has sparked concerns and drawn criticism from global organizations, including the UN, Norwegian Refugee Council, and Amnesty International. Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, has intimated that the airstrikes against Hamas are merely the inception, suggesting more retaliation. Israel's considerable military reinforcement along the border and heightened aerial bombardment raises questions about the timing and possibility of a ground operation into Gaza. Essential supplies such as electricity, food, water, and fuel are now inaccessible, inciting fears of starvation and demands for a humanitarian passageway for crucial needs. Jordanian and Egyptian diplomats are exerting pressure on Israel to permit safe passage of aid to Gaza through Rafah crossing, linking Gaza to Egypt. The United Arab Emirates has dispatched emergency medical aid to Egypt destined for Gaza, but its path across the border remains uncertain. Israel's choice to withhold supplies to Gaza until hostages taken by Hamas are set free is viewed as a response to Hamas assaults in Israel. These attacks ignited global indignation and further intensified the enduring conflict. The preparedness of Israel's military and the magnitude of its response to Hamas attacks indicates a considerable escalation in the conflict, with potential implications for both parties. Israel is contemplating a ground operation against Hamas in Gaza. This consideration follows an assault over the weekend, which showcased a level of military capability and ruthlessness from Hamas, unlike anything previously observed. Israel is being cautioned to restrict harm solely to Hamas militants to evade global backlash. The forthcoming large-scale operation carries potential dangers for both the IDF and the residents of Gaza, resulting in thousands beginning to vacate the northern Gaza region. Meanwhile, Israel persists with its airstrikes. The current situation remains dynamic and is being closely monitored by the international community. The Israel Defense Forces, IDF, launched a defensive strike against a terrorist cell suspected of orchestrating a guided missile attack. The swift action resulted in the neutralization of 3 individuals linked to Hamas in Lebanon, who allegedly planned to infiltrate Israel by compromising the border fence. The IDF operation also managed to target Hezbollah outposts nestled in southern Lebanon. Regrettably, the intense operation led to the unfortunate passing of 2 Lebanese civilians in the village of Sheiba. A rocket, purportedly launched by the Islamic Jihad's al-Qassam Brigades, found its way to the Israeli city, Tel Aviv. The United States dispatched the USS Eisenhower, an esteemed aircraft carrier, to the Mediterranean for scheduled exercises in Europe. Simultaneously, the Israeli army is readying itself for an extensive operation in Gaza, involving a coordinated land, sea, and air offensive. Former Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been actively engaged in diplomatic discussions with Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who visited Saudi Arabia for further deliberations on the tense situation. The once bustling Gaza Strip now bears the scars of a relentless siege leading to a humanitarian crisis. The southern border crossing with Egypt and Rafah serves as a beacon of hope for escape. Yet Egypt harbors concerns about the potential population surge and the subsequent risk of regional instability. The situation is intricate and tense, with consequences looming over Israelis, Palestinians, and the wider region. We're thrilled you're here, engaging with our content. We value your support and appreciate your part in our journey. Thank you.